Hello everyone. Today we will see some more Linux commands that we use in our day-to-day activities while running or using terminal. First command is head command. So head command print view first few entries of a file. So if there is a file which is very long and you want to see just few first lines, then this command is very useful. Also, this is useful if we are passing output of a command into the head. Okay, so if that output is very long, we can see first few lines by using head command. Okay, so usually it display only first 10 lines, but if there is a requirement to customize the number of lines that command returns, we can use dash n. So let's see on terminal how it works. Okay, so consider we have one file. Let's see the content of this file. Okay, so let's see another file. So you can see like this file is very long, huge, very long. Okay, and we just have a requirement to see the first few lines, so that uh, we can use head command and check the first few lines. Okay, so okay, so it will return the first 10 lines. But if there is a requirement to see more lines, more than like 10 lines, we can pass dash n and consider like we want to see first 20 lines. So we can use dash n. Okay, so it will return that number of lines that we have passed in this particular flag dash n 20. Okay, so this is head command. So let's move to the next command. Just like head command, there is a tail command. Okay, so tail command is opposite to the head and allowing to print the last few lines. So instead of the first few lines, it will print last few lines as name indicate tail. Okay, so last few lines. Okay, so tail and any options level you want to pass, you can pass here and then the file name. Okay, same to head, we can pass dash n and the number of lines that we want to see. Okay, similar like we can get the output from a file. Okay, number of lines from a file or from a command, like if we are running ping command or any other command, and we can just use a pipe command, pipe, and then pass the output, and by using 10 we can get that number of lines. Usually it returns 10 lines, but if we want to customize it, we can use dash n and the number of lines. So let's see this one. Okay, so instead of add, we will use that. Okay, so it will return, sorry, okay, it will return that number of lines. Okay, so last 20 lines. If you are not passing flag, a dash and flag, so it will return only 10 last lines. Okay, from a particular file. Okay, so this is tail command. So we have seen two commands, head and tail, that is used to and get a few number of lines from a file or a command. Okay, let's move to the next command, T command. Okay, so T command is basically used to output another command's result to a terminal and a file. Okay, so usually like when we run command, it displays the output on the terminal. Okay, but if you want to output on terminal also, and also we want to pass it into a particular file, so in that case we can use T. Okay, so it will return result on the terminal, plus it will result output into a particular file. Okay, we should be very careful. Okay, if file content some content, it may be overwritten. Okay, and to stop this behavior, we can pass a flag, okay, dash a. So dash a flag will help to preserve the content, existing content, and append the new content at that. Okay, so this is the T command. So let's see how we can use. Okay, so first of all, let's clear the terminal. Okay, so in previous demo we have seen like head and tail. So consider we are getting 20 lines from history dot view. Okay, so when we run this command, it display the result on terminal. Okay, but we want to display the result on terminal plus we want to pass into a new file. Okay, where we want to preserve the output of a command. Okay, so we are running this, it will return 20, but it will display on the terminal. So we want to display on terminal plus we want to pass uh, into a file. Okay, so consider there is a file a.txt. Okay, so what this will do, it will display the content here, and also it will create a new file if file is not present. If file is present, then it will add the content into it. Okay, so let's see what is present in a.txt. So you can see the previous command got failed because there was some permission issue. So I have copied the history.log file in this particular folder on DevX project. Okay, so here we have all the permission. So if now if we are running the same command, okay, since this file is present now at in this project folder, so head dash and 20 lines, okay, and history.log ta.txt. Okay, so it will display display the output, and also it will create a new file a.txt. Okay, so if we cat and a.txt, so you can see, so this particular file also contain the same output that was displayed on the terminal by running the previous command. So this was the T command. Let's move to the next command. Next command is sudo command. Okay, so sudo is nothing but short form for super user do. Okay, so it enables the non-root user who are part of sudo group to execute admin commands. Okay, so this is very useful. There are few commands are there which require administrative privileges. Okay, so in that case we can run those commands using sudo. Okay, so simply add it as at the beginning of another utility like sudo, and you can add your command here. Okay, and the command. Okay, so one example is like nano.file.txt. Consider like if you are running nano.file.txt, it will give an error. It will say like you don't have access or privileges to use nano on this particular file. But if we use sudo, which is short form for super user do, it will ask us to enter the password. Once we enter the password, then we can able to run a command as with administrative permission. Okay, so this is sudo command. Okay, so basically in terminal if we go, right now we have privilege to run cat command, but sometime it will give error like you don't have privilege. So in that case we need to append our command with sudo and run it. Once we enter after this, so it will ask for password. We need to enter the password, and after that this command will execute. Okay, so this is sudo. Sudo is very important command, and many places we need to add sudo before our command. Okay, so just remember this particular command. To use sudo command, first of all we need to add our non-root user into a sudo group. So in Linux we have multiple groups, so likewise we have sudo group like super user do group. Okay, we need to add there, then only like this command will run. Otherwise it will give again error like you don't have permission to use sudo. Okay, just keep this in mind. Let's move to the next command, so. Okay, so if we are consider like we log in with a particular user. Okay, like consider like user A, but you want to switch to another user. Okay, a root user or any other user. In that case you can use su and then give the username. In that case, in a so within our terminal we can easily switch to another user. Okay, of course like it will ask password for that user. Once we have given correct password, then and then it will successfully switch to the that particular user whichever we have mentioned. Okay, also like if after soon we are not mentioning anything, so Linux terminal will consider you want to switch to root user. Okay, and it will ask for you for password for that particular root user. Okay, so keep this in mind. Okay, so this is very useful command, su switch user. Okay, this is a short form for switch user. Okay. Let's move to the next command. Next command is ps command. So ps command summarize the status of all running processes in your Linux system. Okay, so by using ps command, we can see all the processes that are running. But it will just give the snapshot at that particular moment. It will not update at the real time, just like top and stop. Okay, and there are multiple parameters we can pass or options we can pass in the with ps command, and one of that is like dash a, capital A, that list all the processes in your system. Dash r to check only the running ones. Dash u for a particular username. Okay, so there might be like a lot of processes are running for different user. You want to target a particular user, that particular user, which processes it is running, we can use dash u. So let's see here in our terminal. So if we run ps, so it will display all the processes those are running currently. Okay, so it will show the command name. Okay, zsh ps, and also it will return the process id. By using process id, if you want to kill particular process, you can run kill and process id. Okay, we can pass multiple flags also, dash a. So it will display all the processes which are running. Okay? Not the one just related to a particular user, current user, but it will display all the processes which are running in the background. Okay, and ps dash r, one more is there, like it will also display the running processes. Okay, so these are the command by this is a ps command which is very useful to see the processes. Okay, let's move to the next command. Next command is uname. So uname is not a username, but uname it is short form for Unix name. Okay, by using uname, we can display detailed information about Linux machine, hardware, name, operating system, kernel. Okay. So let's see. Let's clear the terminal. So it will display like current operating system name, but if you pass dash a, it will display lot of other content. Okay, not just like operating system name, but it will display like kernel or which flavor of Linux it is running. Okay, sometimes it happens like we want to check like which Linux flavor it is running. So by using like a uname dash a, you can do it. And also like it is displaying all other information related to like version of cpu architecture. Okay, and all other information. Okay, so this is very useful command. Okay, so it displays the hardware and the operating system current details. Okay, so there are a lot of like parameters we can pass. If you don't remember it, you can use. Okay, and it will display all the parameters that we can pass with uname. Okay, so these are dash m is all print all the information, but you want to just get the kernel name, you can use dash n. Similarly, dash n is there, kernel release version dash r dash p. Okay, for version, for release, for version. Okay, hardware name dash m, processor name dash p. Okay, so like this, if you don't remember any parameters that we can pass to a particular command, you can use dash dash l. Okay, let's move to the next command. Okay, so next command is host name. Okay, so if you want to check like what is the host name, you can use host name command. Okay, so it will display the name of like machine host name and other related information. If you okay, you can pass like some parameters also, dash I to check your server's IP address. Okay, dash A print the host name. Okay, and dash A output the system fully qualified domain. Let's see this thing in our practical. So host name. Okay, if you are not passing anything, it will just return the host name. This is a random string, but sometimes we give like proper name like web app. We want to give like every host or node a proper name. In that case, like host name, and whatever name we have given, so it will display that name. Okay. If you want to see like what are the different parameters we can have first, so you can use help command and see like your dash a all long host name, okay, fqdn, so it will return the fqdn that is assigned to the host. Okay, if you want to see the domain name, so dash d, okay, all ip addresses for the host dash I, address for the host name dash I. Okay, so uh, host name dash I, so it will return the ip address. Okay, similarly if you want to see uh, domain, okay, fully qualified domain dash n, okay, so it will return, so fully qualified domain currently it is not assigned, that's why it is not shown, but this command is very useful, okay, to get the host name and all other important information. Okay, let's move to the next command, time command. The time command is very useful command, okay, it measures the execution time of a command. Okay, consider you are running a command and you want to check like how much time it would take to complete. So we can append that command with time and give the command. Okay, and it is also possible to run like multiple commands. Okay, by passing time, so it will give like cumulative time taken by all the commands. Okay? So this is very useful. Okay, you can use a double ampersand also or semicolon. Okay, so this is how we can use. So if you want to see example, consider like time and post email. Okay, so it will return how much time it took. Okay, so this was like very fast command, so we would not able to see any difference or any like significant time lapsed. Okay, but if you are running like very time consuming, okay, command, in that case it is very useful to see. Okay, so this is also this type of commands is very useful when we are creating bash script or shell script or doing some logical things, okay, in our script. So during that time it is very useful. Okay, let's move to the next command, watch command. So watch command is one of the like very useful. This command we use multiple places, but most of the time I have used this command when we are running Kubernetes commands. Okay, if you want to refresh, consider like you are running through Kubernetes command and you want to check like the number of pods or status of pod. So instead of running like every 2 second, 5 second, okay, so we can use watch command. Just append watch and the command. So what will happen like this command automatically running this whatever command we are passing every 2 seconds. So this is a default behavior every 2 seconds. But you can customize this by passing dash n. Okay, so watch dash n whatever seconds you are passing. That particular command will execute that number of. Okay, and if you want to see the difference between the previous and the current execution, okay, so you can pass the dash d. Okay, so let's see. Okay, consider like you want to run like you want to check host name. This is not a significant like example, but for practical like we can say. So here you can say like every 2 seconds this command will execute. Okay, so this will keep executing, it will refresh. Okay, if there is any difference, then only we will notice it, otherwise it will we will see the same result. Okay, so this is very useful where we want to check the status of a particular command operation. Okay, so consider like Kubernetes command you are running to check the get pod. Okay, Kubernetes get pod, if you append that with was, so it will keep running and running the get pod and show the result on the screen. So this is very useful. Okay, so this is watch command. Okay, and we can pass dash an option to instant of 2 second default 2 seconds. We can pass 5 second, 10 second. Okay, if you don't want to like execute very fast, or you want to delay by x number of seconds, so this is very useful. Okay, let's move to next command, history command. So history command is one of the like very useful command if you want to see like what are the different commands that executed previously. Okay, so the history command, by running history command we can see the history of all the commands that has been executed, okay, in a particular terminal. So to clear the history we can use dash r, okay, and to rerun the specific command that we have executed previously we can just pass the this exclamation mark plus the command number. Okay, let's see an example to understand it better. Okay, so there is history command. Okay, if you run the history it will display all the commands that we have executed since last login. Okay, so it is showing all the commands. Okay, previously we run like watch, host name, clear, then that time, so like this. So it keep the history. So this is very useful when you want to troubleshoot and check like if something is not working on the server, and you want to check like which command has been executed on the server previously. Okay, so by using this command we can check all the. And if you want to run a previously executed command, what you can do, you can put dollar sign and the number that is present in front of that command. Consider like you want to run uname dash a. Okay, so you can type also, or what you can do, you can just pass the number. Okay, you can see like automatically from that command and then you execute it. Okay, so this is very very useful. Okay, history command, keep the history, it keeps the history of all the commands that executed previously in that particular server. And if you want to execute, just exclamation mark and whatever the line number is there in front of that particular command, just pass it. Okay, so this is history command. Let's move ahead. Allies and unallies. Okay, so allies is very useful command. Consider like there is a command that you are running, consider like kubernetes. Okay, so every time you are typing kubernetes or docker, okay, so instead of that you can create the shortcut for that particular command. Okay, you can create allies for that command. So you can put like k equal to kubernetes. So every time you want to run kubernetes command like kubernetes get pod, instead of that you can pass k get pod and it will return the same result. So this is very helpful when you are doing troubleshooting. You are again and again typing the command. So instead of writing a long command, you can create allies and then use that. Here, like we are creating allies for kill. Okay, k equal to kill. So every time you want to kill any process, you type like kill and the process ID. Instead of that, what you can do, you can pass like k and process ID. So it is equivalent to that. Okay, and you want to check which command is passed as allies, you can check by using allies key, and it will display the to which command this particular allies is pointing to. Okay, so this, and once it is created, allies is created, you are done with it, or you don't need that particular allies for future use. In that case you can use analyze. Okay, and the name of the allies, okay, so analyze key. Okay, so this is very very useful. So how we can create, so we are running like hostname. You have seen like every time we are running um, hostname to check like different things. Okay, hostname dash a, so something. So every time we have to uh, type that command. Okay, so instead of that, what we can do, we can give create allies for that hostname. Okay, consider that allies ho equal to host. Okay, so what will happen? So next time you can just use ho dash a, and it will return the same result that we got by passing the complete command. Okay, so we can use this shortcut for okay, and it will work. If you want to check like where it is pointing that actually, you can pass allies and it will show like ho is pointing to hostname. Okay, ho is equivalent to hostname. Now if you want to remove the allies, then what you can do, right? Okay, so this command remove the previously created ally. If you try to run again like ho dash a, it will give error. Okay, command now. So this is allies and very useful commands. Let's move to the next. Okay, shutdown. Okay, so this is from name, like we come to know like it will shut down our terminal. Okay, so sometimes through script we want to do shutdown, or we have like a non UI server. In that case, we can use shutdown. Okay, and we can pass multiple parameters also. Okay, so if you want, if you just pass shutdown, it will immediately shut down that machine. But if you want to shut down after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, you can pass like a plus five. Okay, plus 5 means it is shut down after 5 minutes. Okay, so you can pass like any number in a 24 hours format. Okay, so this is, and to restart we have to pass dash r. Okay, so shutdown dash r and it will restart. Okay, and with shutdown you want to give some message, so you can pass the message. Okay, so that other users who are connected, they will get the message that the server will be restart in x minutes. Okay, and this is the reason. Okay, so message is also very useful. Okay, so I think like this is very straightforward. Okay, no need of running in terminal. So these are a few commands that are very useful in our day-to-day activities. Okay, so guys, hopefully like this was very useful. Okay, and you understand and you are going to use these commands in your day-to-day activities whenever required. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this video till now. uh, Take care, bye.